Hey everybody, this is Peter B. I just want to do a quick pickup video. Haven't done one in a while. Show you what's been coming in. First one you're looking at is an 1889 tobacco card, the N232 series, and that was Surf Beauties. And this particular card is Block Island. They had different beach destinations, and this one's Block Island, which is in part of Rhode Island. It's from Kinney Tobacco, and it has the normal checklist, which they did in those days. Surf Beauties. And you can see the various beach destinations. So 1889, N232, Surf Beauties, Block Island. Now I got a 1939 Centennial stamp. This is celebrating the baseball centennial of 1839 to 1939. It had various different baseball things that happened over those 100 years. And this one's showing 1884, whereas the baseball's first World Championship Series, Providence wins in 1884. So the Providence Grays were actually the very first World Series champions. They were in the National League, and they played Brooklyn of the American Association, and they beat them for the very first World Series. And also, on the other side, it shows politics. Grover Cleveland nominated for president, which is kind of funny because Grover Cleveland Alexander, the Hall of Fame pitcher, was named after Grover Cleveland. So it actually kind of represents two baseball things. But this is a 1939 Centennial stamp. I have a 1961 Flair's Great of the Game, Home Run Baker. And this is the back of it. And I got a newer Home Run Baker from Panini Diamond Kings. And the back of that. And I got another Martin card of Babe Ruth from Panini. Very sparkly, so Shane at Shoebox Legends would approve of this card. Panini Prism Old School, showing Babe Ruth. I have a 1980 Baseball Immortals card from a set from TCMA. I'm actually going to do a video in the future about the 1884 Providence Grays. And so I just want to get a couple of things to go for the video. And this is Hall of Famer Old Hoss Radburn, who's nominated in 1939. And the back of it. So 1980 TCMA Old Hoss Radburn. Got an Upper Deck Goodwin card of Joe Start. He was also on that 1884 Providence Gray team. Not a Hall of Famer, but he's a pioneer of baseball. Plain cardboard back. Upper Deck Goodwin champions. And I got an Ichiro from Black Stadium Club. And I bought this card because that's the typical Ichiro position. staring in at the batter, raising his bat high. I mean, staring at the pitcher with his bat raised high. And the back of the card. Now, this card I saw on Mookie Chilson's channel, and I loved it. I didn't know it existed. It's a custom card. But it's the AD 932 Round Table Holy Grail Seekers. Now, these are the 5 main characters in the movie Monty Python and the Holy Grail, which happens to be my favorite movie of all time. Very, very funny English humor. And there's a custom card. But like I said, I didn't know this existed until Mookie showed it, so I had to run out and get one of my own. Thanks, Mookie. Now, I got 2 more cards. Many people know I'm working on a buyback Franken set. And when I saw this card, I got very excited. It was for a very low price. And it has the Topps 75th anniversary logo stamp on it. So I was very excited to get this card. Farrah Fawcett from Charlie's Angels. And you can see the Topps silver stamp. And this is the exact front of a 1977, I don't know if you can read it, 1977 card. And so they showed just the front. So I thought it was a buyback card, and this would be perfect for my Franken set. Well, it turns out it's a reprint. The front is exactly the same, but the back clearly says, if I can get it in focus for you, 2013. So it's not from 1977. But I'll keep it. It wasn't expensive, like I said. I thought I was getting a bargain. But, hey, it's Farrah Fawcett. So I'll keep it. Now, another card. And this one also from the buyback. And this time it is a legit buyback. And this is from Scoops. I forget the year it's from. It has the Topps buyback logo in gold. And it's about World War II, landings on North America, November 8th, 1942. And it shows the back. Allies invade North Africa. So this one will go in my Franken set, which means Dan from Old Sarge Collects, if you're watching, yes, I'm going to release another slabbed card out of its prison to go into my Franken set binder. Cool card. Very, very pretty card. I know the picture depicts war and casualties and all that, but it's still a very pretty card. Now, 2 more things. I recently, might have even been last week, did a video. It was a late VR for Pepino Man. He wanted to see your favorite card from each decade. And I actually was able to do from the 1860s all the way up to the 2020s. Well, since then, I've been looking. And I hope this works because it is a newspaper. It's a Harper's Weekly. And you can see that it's from October 15th, 1859. So I go back one more decade. So now I own something from 1859 all the way to the 2020s. Now this paper was printed before the Civil War. So we're talking early formation of baseball. So that's the cover. And I hope I'll be able to show this because it is the centerfold. Might have to pick you guys up. But it shows baseball at the Elysian Fields, Hoboken. And let me pick you up. Now, the Elysian Fields is in New Jersey. Boat trip across the Hudson River from New York. And that is where the baseball was formulated. It doesn't say who the teams are. I know one of the early teams was from Brooklyn, so I assume one of them is Brooklyn. And another early team was from New York. New York Giants and Brooklyn, I forget. Or New York Gothams and Brooklyn, I forget. So I assume those are the two teams playing. But very cool. 1859. Before the Civil War, when baseball was just being figured out. Now above on the centerfold, it shows cricket. So there's a cricket match played at Hoboken, October 3 through 6, 1859, between the All England 11 and the United States 22. And it does have the position. I'm not a cricket player, so I don't know what they mean, but it shows the position. So the whole fold out shows cricket on top and baseball on the bottom. And the key is from 1859, which is real cool. Oh, I might have to pick you up the rest of the way. Let's see. On the, open up the paper again, and a couple pages in, it shows the English cricketers, which is cool, but it's not why I bought this. I bought it because of the baseball. So I now have a baseball item going back another decade to the 1850s. Now the last thing I got when I was searching for this, I was searching for anything cool related to baseball from the 1850s. I found this. I heard of the Harper's Weekly before. Knew about that for a long time. I never heard of the New York Clipper. But they would do sports and theater news in the same time period. Also a newspaper, just like Harper's Weekly. And they would, sorry guys, sorry. They would do player biographies in the paper. You see more than 800 sketches of players, managers, owners, umpires, reporters, and others from 1859 to 1903. Now, I did see some of these old papers for sale on eBay, but they weren't from the 1850s. I saw a lot from the 1860s to 1880s. So I did see this book for sale. And once again, I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to do this outside, but it's raining. These were actually the pictures that were printed in the paper with a biography. Let's see, I know Joe Start was an early pioneer. Let's see if he made the book. Oh, they don't have them alphabetically. Willie Keller. This was done in a newspaper August 12, 1893. Tim Keefe, was done in the newspaper May 22nd, 1880, and there's his portrait they would have put in. See if I can find another. But anyways, that's the idea. Oop, it's Charles Comiskey. So that image would have been printed, that exact image would have been printed, that woodcut in the paper along with this biography. So I thought this was cool. I never knew the New York Clipper existed. It says it's the oldest American sports and theatrical journal. And then I found this book, so I thought that was cool. So I'm going to be reading some of these biographies and looking at the old woodcuts. So that's what I got. I hope you enjoyed it. And I wish everybody a good day and have a great weekend. Thank you.